century will suffer as greatly as you will. Got to 50!
Well, here we are, once again. My producers have convinced me that it's time, yet again, for us to be looking at these TikTok videos and for me to be tortured by them. So I hope that you enjoy this a lot more than I do. This video is sponsored by our friends at Tessa Mays.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
There's Pooh Bear! Oh, you can't go hug, you can't hug, you can't
That's
hug.
the saddest thing ever.
Sorry.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sorry. I didn't know she was gonna run up on him.
Oh. I love this masked lady. They're outside. Also, Pooh Bear is wearing a giant head. Frankly, I'm shocked that Rochelle Walensky and Dr. Fauci didn't recommend that we wear, all of us, this outfit during the pandemic. And if you want to be protected from COVID, you had to wear around a giant Pooh head. Great job, everyone.
In 2014, my wife and I found out we were pregnant with our second child. After a scan, it was concluded the baby was a boy. It didn't take long for Eduardo to express his draw to his sister's clothes and toys. We continued to buy him boys' clothes, yet at home he only wore his sister's. And whenever he left the house or went to school, he assimilated back into being a boy. And then we had a pandemic, and we were all told to stay at home. And Eduardo asked me, does this mean I get to be a girl all the time now? And that's when I realized the mistake we made. Today, we're undoing that mistake with Eduardo's gender reveal.
I'm a girl!
That's child abuse. That kid's not a girl. That kid's a boy. Half of those videos are of the kid smiling while wearing boys' outfits. That is child abuse. If a parent believes that they are virtuous by virtue of the fact that they've lied to a small child, that happiness is to be found in living the lie that you are a member of the other biological sex, just because your kid liked wearing dresses at home. Great job, everyone. Screwing up children for life so that you can feel like a more virtuous. And by the way, this parent could not be more eager to demonstrate what a wonderful, liberal-minded parent he is by dressing his son up in a dress and then calling him a girl and taking a video of it and then putting that online.
So I'm a long-distance parent, and I get to typically talk to my kiddo through FaceTime.
What does that mean, to be a long-distance parent? Are you talking about you divorced and you lost custody of the kid and you moved away? Typically, one of the key components of parenting is, being there for your children. But continue.
Everyone that she's with on a regular basis doesn't use my pronouns correctly.
Yes, because you're a woman.
And so that's a really, really hard sort of line to walk for her. We talk about what her pronouns are, what daddy's pronouns are, what mommy's pronouns are.
How do we know you're mommy? Why aren't you daddy? Why aren't you parental figure of unspecified gender? Could it be because you're a woman?
I always just gently remind her and say, hey, baby, what are mommy's pronouns? And she's so funny because she's always like, they, them. Like, she knows.
You self-centered.
This really sweet thing happened. Oh, my heart was so full.
It is. It's so full because you've indoctrinated a kid to believe a bunch of crap so you feel better about yourself.
Effort is all we're asking for.
No, what you're asking for is for everyone, including small children, to be indoctrinated into lies so you feel better about yourself, even though you're the one who's making decisions that are not mentally healthy.
Just something I noticed about the nominees that Biden selected. I mean, I don't know. Is it like a qualification that you need a white spouse to make it?
So Joe Biden was like, I need a black female judge. The qualification went originally from being a person who knows the Constitution and is well qualified to read text to I need a person who is a black female, then to I need a black female who also doesn't have sex with white males who they are married to. The circle of requirements is both expanding and narrowing somewhat here.
I have a serious question, okay? What about this outfit and this person screams woman? How do I keep getting this gender?
Well, there are only a couple categories here. So what this outfit mostly says, and your behavior mostly says, is crazy woman. That's what it mostly says to me. And I feel like I'm on fairly solid ground here, since you literally set up a camera in your room so you could scream into it in rage at being quote-unquote misgendered. This lady looks like she went rummaging in a 1980s Salvation Army and came up with a man's outfit as seen through the mind of a crazy person.
Hey, it's Alice.
Sweet baby Jesus.
So I went ahead and started using the women's restroom at work for the last week. Nothing bad happened. Very, very stressful.
Alice is a dude.
Week 45 on estrogen.
Estrogen is not a magic potion, as it turns out, because that be a dude.
Beautiful.
This is all great. Everything's going great. Things are going fantastically in our country. In order to be on TikTok, you have to sacrifice your sanity. But here is the thing. In order to eat healthy, you don't have to sacrifice flavor. What if eating healthy also tasted amazing? Tessemae's found a way with their award-winning ranch dressings and vinaigrettes. Tessemae's is an American-made company started by 3 brothers with a dream to share their mom's recipes with the world. Tessemae's puts flavor and quality above all else. Because of that, they quickly became the #1 organic dressing brand in America. All their products are manufactured right here in the U.S. They have a wide variety of kosher products. Yes! Like their avocado ranch and lemon garlic dressing and marinade. Kids, parents, grandparents, they can all agree on one thing. Tessemae's dressings are good on all the things. They can put it on an old shoe, it's gonna taste amazing. From dipping wings in pizza to pouring it over a fresh salad, Tessemae's makes every single meal better. And the other day, I was looking through the fridge, and all I could find was part of a salad. And I was like, oh no, this looks terrible. But then I realized I had Tessemae's, and it's unbelievable. Behold! Suddenly, that old salad, it was fresh, it was made new once more. These guys are the embodiment of the American dream. They're bringing manufacturing back to America. Their products are unbelievable. Go to Tessemae's.com, use promo code BEN for 15% off all of their amazing products. That's Tessemae's.com, promo code BEN, Tessemaes.com, promo code BEN for 15% off. Oh, this looks good. Wow. Oh, I like the security guard taking the pictures. That's good. Make sure you get that on the Instagrams over there. Let's see what they're getting. What are they getting? They're getting some Maybelline. You know, you got to pick up the makeup. And we will catch you later. Well, the greeter's like, bye, see you later. I noticed that the one area that these folks are not shoplifting is the books in front. Well done, America. When that store closes in this particular area, which it will, then the entire media will go, it's because of racism. And the store will be like, no, it's because half of our crap got shoplifted. No. If you were truly anti-racist, you would facilitate the shoplifting and understand that that store must remain open. Defund the police. Defund the police.
If you are a transgender minor living in the state of Texas, listen. Greg Abbott has ordered that CPS or Child Protective Services now investigate every family of a transgender child for child abuse. Google it, here it is.
That is not true.
Not only that, but your teachers now are going to be fined if they do not report transgender children to CPS so they can be investigated for child abuse. It is a disgusting reminder that Republicans never cared about children. They only cared about unborn babies. Greg Abbott's responsible for the deaths of thousands of Texans.
Wow.
You, Greg Abbott.
So much going on in this video. What Greg Abbott actually did was he said CPS is supposed to investigate any cases in which minors are given medical hormones toward transition or surgical transition, which, yes, these are experimental surgeries that do not have any track record. And not only do they not have any track record, the track record they do have is wildly unconvincing. And these are permanent bodily mutilations.
Geopolitical fun fact of the day. The Venn diagram between January 6ers and Putin is a circle. Last night, Putin condemned the U.S. for supposedly destroying family values. Where else have you heard this talking point? Most likely right-wing, ultra-conservative news outlets like Breitbart and Fox News. They often use this exact same talking point to stoke fear in white supremacists about a declining white birth rate and a shrinking white population. And who's to blame? Supporters of supposed gay agenda against family values. What? In the past, Putin has also ignored Chechnya's anti-gay concentration camps. Both January 6ers and Putin want an ethno-theocratic, totalitarian, ultra-Orthodox nation-state, and they're one and the same.
I'm going to need some evidence on this one.
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
Again, there's an attempt by the left to conflate all bad things into one ball and then be like, they're all the same. They're all the same. You can definitely critique the lack of family values promoted by the Democratic Party while at the same time recognizing that January 6th is bad and Putin is a thug. All of those things are possible to do at the same exact time.
God is non-binary. God is queer. God is autistic. Let me unpack that for you.
Please.
God is non-binary because God is the author of gender. God is genderless and genderful. They are neither male nor female, and they are both. They refer to themselves both as male and female throughout the text, and yet theology would tell us that God does not have gender, so by definition, God is non-binary.
I look like a jackass.
There's a difference between saying God has no gender and between saying God is non-binary. Non-binary is a specification that God exists within gender. You're trying to box God into your terminology with regard to gender, and it does not apply. Also, I've noticed that you're not respecting God's pronouns because God very often refers to himself as male in the biblical text.
God is the author of all sexualities. All sexualities exist in God, and yet God is not explicitly sexual. And since asexuality is part of the LGBTQ spectrum, we can say God is queer.
Wait, so this table is queer?
Hi, fellas. I sure do love being gay.
Or is the table a table? because it exists outside of the spectrum of sexuality. So again, basic logical flaw. You are saying that because a category does not apply to God, I can apply the category to God and then say the entire category applies to God. Wrong. Not how any of that works.
And finally, God is autistic because autism is a divergence from typical neurology. And since no being in existence has a mind like the mind of God, God is by definition neurodivergent. And as an autistic person, I like to say God is autistic.
Are animals autistic? Are all animals autistic? They are neurodivergent. They do not have minds that work like human minds.
God always identifies with and as the most marginalized people in society.
Nope. When God identifies with people, he identifies with all people. He literally says at the beginning of Genesis that human beings are made in his image, all of them. There's no special standard of justice just because you're poor or just because you are of a particular race or just because you have a particular desire to act in a particular way.
Gay news, Siri is going gay. You need to hear the new voice of Siri.
Hi, I'm Siri. Choose the voice you'd like me to use.
So much heroism.
Hi, I'm Siri.
Alrighty, so that was completely awful. Thanks so much to my producers for once again compiling a bunch of crazy people to torture me with. Leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe. Watch them torture me again next time.